Hey guys, this is your host Nitin Binhani, and a very warm welcome to my startup podcast channel Jazair Audio, where we share real stories with real learnings.
In today's podcast, we'll talk about an health tech startup that quietly reached 430,000 plus physicians, massively changing how medicine is practiced in real time, and even hit a $3.5 billion valuation, all without a sales team or paid growth. We're talking about OpenEvidence AI, a startup born out of personal tragedy and built by a founder who sold his earlier venture for $700 million. Let's cover the story into 4 parts, followed by the lessons for the founders. Part 1. The healthcare problem. Modern medicine is drowning under massive data. A new medical study is published every 30 seconds. That's more than 2,800 studies every single day. Doctors are expected to stay on top of all that while seeing 20-plus patients a day, writing prescriptions, handling insurance aggregators, etc. Now, humanly, it's impossible and dangerous. In fact, medical error is the 3rd leading cause of death in the United States, right behind heart disease and cancer. One of those errors cost Daniel his grandfather's life. That personal tragedy became a mission, and so Daniel Nadler, a PhD, founded OpenEvidence in 2022. Part 2. The solution: an AI intelligence for doctors. Daniel is not your first-time founder. He previously founded Kensho Technologies, which was sold for $700 million to S&P Global in 2018. And he invested $10 million of his own money to build something truly impactful. The mission: give doctors a way to process medical evidence the same way ChatGPT processes language, but with real, cited evidence that a doctor can actually trust. And so, OpenEvidence AI was born, what many now refer to as ChatGPT for doctors. OpenEvidence developed an AI-powered medical search engine and generative AI chatbot exclusively for doctors that summarizes and simplifies evidence-based medical information. It scans millions of peer-reviewed papers, and when a doctor asks it a question during a consult, it delivers a clear, cited answer in seconds. Think of this as a chronology. A patient walks in with an unusual case. Instead of guessing or trying to recall that one paper that doctor read 2 years ago, he opens OpenEvidence, asks question, and get an evidence-backed answer instantly. No fluff, no risk of medical errors. Plain solution backed by supporting evidence. And that's why OpenEvidence works. Part 3. The scalable and profitable business model. We all know that healthcare is notoriously hard to sell into. Red tape, long sales cycles, hospital bureaucracy. As a result, most health tech startups die sooner than others. However, OpenEvidence skipped all of that and went direct to doctor. Clean, simple onboarding, free to use. Word of mouth did the rest. OpenEvidence asserts its platform has seen a 2,000% year-over-year growth rate. Today, over 40% of all U.S. doctors, i.e. more than 430,000 physicians, use OpenEvidence every single day, translating to over 8.5 million patient consults every month. And here's the kicker: OpenEvidence is completely free to use. So, how's it making money? OpenEvidence earned $50 million in annual revenues via Google Ads. Smart, relevant, contextual ads from pharmaceutical brands, medical devices, or continuing education programs placed non-intrusively inside the app. Let's repeat: no sales team, no upfront pricing, no hospital bureaucracy, yet a $50 million run rate. OpenEvidence has raised more than $300 million since its founding, and its latest funding vaults its valuation to $3.5 billion. Its investors include Sequoia Capital, Coatue, Conviction, and Thrive. With that funding, OpenEvidence unveiled AI agents built for advanced medical research. Part 4. So, why OpenEvidence works when most health tech startups don't? Here are the 5 key reasons behind OpenEvidence's success. A. Mission-driven with a clear why. Daniel Nadler lost his grandfather owing to a medical error. Thus, OpenEvidence was built because of a personal tragedy, and that was an authentic and noble mission. B. Empowering physicians instead of replacing them. OpenEvidence supports doctors instead of trying to replace them, and that builds trust. Too many startups in this space fail because they try to disrupt the physicians instead of empowering them. C. Smart monetization. No bloated enterprise sales team. No begging hospitals for contracts. Just product-led growth and word of mouth, enough to achieve product-market fit. Daniel built a freemium-style platform with ad monetization supported by non-intrusive ads. D. Evidence-backed results. Doctors will never use something unless it's accurate. OpenEvidence gives them citations, references, and clarity with evidence-backed answers. E. Founder market fit. Daniel Nadler wasn't a first-time founder. He had capital, credibility, and a clear sense of how to build a trusted company in a highly regulated industry. Finally, lessons for founders. Here are the 4 key takeaways from the OpenEvidence success story. 1. Start with a mission, not a market. The best startups aren't built around buzzwords. They're built to solve real problems for real people. 2. Build products that fit into existing workflows. Don't ask your target customers to change how they work. Help them work better, faster, smarter, and they'll thank you for it with their money. 3. If you skip friction, you scale faster. The fewer hoops a user has to jump through, the more likely they are to adopt your product. Simplicity always wins. 4. Build something useful. You can build cutting-edge tech stack and still be practical, and it's what makes OpenEvidence a unicorn. OpenEvidence Insights helps whether you're building your first product, navigating a tough market, or just looking to solve real-world problems via AI or tech. Folks, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Join us next time as we continue exploring the dynamic world of startups and the valuable lessons from their journeys.